Very good morning to all final year MCOM students. In the last class, I tried to throw a light on, the different e-commerce models or e-business models. And in the today's session, I will try to, focus or I'll try to throw a light on modes of electronic payment. Modes of electronic payment. There are so many, electronic payment systems. So let us see what is credit card, what is debit card, smart card, e-money, and electronic fund transfer, which includes net banking. Now, as far as the e-money is concerned, some people have doubt. Not some students, most of the students, even most of the public or teachers have ambiguity with regard to e-money. What's the difference between e-money and e-cash and digital money? I'll put it in a very simplest way, what I understand. When you have an electronic payment, when you have an electronic payment instrument that you can use to pay a merchant, then it is called e-money, or it is called me money. I'll repeat. When you have an electronic payment instrument that you can use to pay a merchant, then definitely it is called e-money or me money. But when you have an electronic payment instrument that can be used to pay another person, then this is called e-cash. I repeat, when you have an electronic payment instrument that can be used to pay another person, then it is called e-cash. And when you have got both the feature together, both of them together are popularly called, both of them together are popularly known as digital money, are called digital money. Well, now let us have a look on the credit card, debit card, smart card, e-money, and EFT, electronic fund transfer. Uh, E-commerce sites use electronic payment, no doubt, correct? Where electronic payment refers to paperless monetary transactions, correct? Ala? It refers to paperless monetary transactions. Electronic payment has, revolutionized the business processing by reducing the paperwork, transaction cost, and even labor cost. A lot of revolution took place because of this e-payment system, reducing the paperwork, reduces transaction cost, and even labor cost. Being user friendly and less time consuming than the manual processing, it helps business organization to expand its market, helps the business organization to reach so many people, so reach many people, correct? This e-commerce platform generally prefer credit card, debit card, smart card, e-money, and electronic fund transfer. I will also tell you about, in EFT, I will also tell you about UPI. Okay, what is UPI? We'll discuss later on. Now, look at the credit card. Point number one, Payment using credit card is one of the most common modes of electronic payment. Credit card is a small plastic card with a unique number attached with an account. It has a magnetic strip embedded in it that is used to read the credit card via card readers. When a customer purchases a product via credit card, the credit card issuer bank pays on behalf of the customer, and the customer has a certain time period after which he or she can pay the credit card bill amount. It is usually in the credit card monthly payment cycle. In case of, who are all the actors in the credit card system, who are all involved in the credit card system. The credit card holder is a customer. Who is a customer now? The credit card holder. And who is a merchant? The second party involved in this, the second actor. There are so many actors here. One is a customer, the second one is a merchant. The seller of product who accept the credit card payments is another actor. And number three, the card issuer bank, nothing but card holders bank. And number four, the acquirer bank, nothing but the merchant's bank. And the card brand, ನೋಡಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ. ದ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅದು ವೀಸಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್. ನೀವು ಒನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಬರುವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲಿಮಿಟ್, ದೆನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ನೋ. ಓಕೆ, ವೆಲ್ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಹೌ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಆನ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಹರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್. ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರೇ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸರ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಪರಿಚಯ ಇದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಉಂಟು, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1, ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ. Step number 2, the customer presents the credit card information to the merchant site or to the merchant from whom he or she wants to purchase a product or service. The second step entedidano, the customer presents the credit card information to the merchant site or to the merchant from whom he or she wants to purchase a product or service. Step number 3, merchant validates the customer's identity by asking for approval from the card brand company. Idin gotagala, internal process. Step number 4, card brand company authenticates the credit card and pays the transaction by credit. Merchant keeps the sales slip. Step number 5 is merchant submits the sales slip to acquirer banks and gets the service charges paid to him or her. Okay. Next, number 6th step is acquirer bank requests the card brand company to clear the credit amount and gets the payment. Next last step. Now the card brand company asks to clear the amount from the issuer bank and the amount gets transferred to the credit brand company. I'm not giving much details about credit card because I have given that seminar topic also, and because you're all PG students, that too in the final year students, you have to. I'm giving only the. I'll make the students read. I'll give only the basic understanding of the concepts. Now, my dear students, let us come to the debit card. Debit card, like a credit card, it is a small plastic card with a unique number of mapped with the bank account number. I'll repeat, it's a small plastic card with a unique number mapped with the bank account number. It is required to have a bank account before getting a debit card from the bank. The major difference between the debit card and credit card is that in case of payment through debit card, the amount gets deducted from the card's bank account immediately, and there should be a sufficient balance in the bank account for the transaction to get completed. Whereas in case of credit card, or in the case of credit card transaction, there is no such compulsion. You need not have balance in your account, and you will be given some limit. Suppose, for example, for me, the Canara Bank has given 50,000 limit. So up to 50,000, I do not have the balance in my account. But on the due date, I must keep the sufficient money in my account. Automatically, it will be debited to my account. Well, debit cards free the customer to carry cash and checks. If you have a debit card, my dear students, your ATM card is your ATM card is nothing but your debit card. So this ATM card, debit card, free the customer to carry cash and checks. There is no need to carry cash and checks. Even merchants accept the debit card readily. Having a restriction on the amount that can be withdrawn in a day using a debit card helps the customer to keep a check on his or her spending. ನಿಮ್ಗಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅದೊಂದು ಲೆಕ್ಕದ ಒಳ್ಳೇದೇ ಅದು. ಆವತ್ತಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. No, there is a limitations also. Well, now what are the smart card? The smart card is again similar to a credit card or a debit card in appearance, but it has a small microprocessor chip embedded in it. It has a capacity to store a customer's work related and personal information. Smart cards are also used to store money, and the amount gets deducted after every transaction. Smart cards can only be accessed using a PIN that every customer is assigned with. Every customer is assigned with the PIN. Smart cards are secure as they store information in encrypted format, and the less expensive provides faster processing. For example, Mondex and Visa cash cards are the examples for smart cards. I'll repeat, MONDEX, Mondex and Visa cash cards are the examples of smart cards. Well, my dear students, I'll come to the next aspect, that is e-money. ನಾನು ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ನಿಮಗೆ e-money, e-cash ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. E-money transactions refers to a situation where payment is done over the network and the amount gets transferred from one financial body to another financial body without any involvement of a middleman. E-money transactions are faster, convenient, and no doubt saves a lot of time. Online payments done via credit cards, debit cards, or smart cards are examples of e-money transactions. Online payment done via credit card, debit card, smart cards are examples of e-money transactions. Another popular example is e-cash. In case of e-cash, both customer and merchant have to sign up with the bank or company issuing e-cash. Well, now I'll come to the last, the last aspect of my PPT. Electronic fund transfer. I'll take little much time for this. It is a very popular electronic payment method to transfer money from one bank account to another bank account. Accounts can be in the same bank or different banks. Fund transfer can be done using ATM, the full form of ATM, automated teller machine, or using a computer. Nowadays, internet based electronic fund transfer is getting popular. A customer uses the websites provided by the bank, logs into the bank's website, and registers another bank account. He or she then places a request to transfer certain amount to that account. Customer's bank transfers the amount to other account if it is in the same bank. Otherwise, the transfer request is forwarded to ACH, automated clearing house. If it is the same bank, it will be done immediately. Otherwise, it will be forwarded to ACH, automated clearing house, to transfer the amount to the other account, and the amount is deducted from the customer's account. Once the amount is transferred to the other account, the customer is notified of the fund transfer by the bank. Okay. Now we'll also have a look on retail remittances. Now let us have a look on retail remittances. You all know about NEFT. You all know about RTGS. Have you heard about IMPS? Now what is NEFT? NEFT. National Electronic Funds Transfer. National Electronic Funds Transfer is NEFT. NEFT. Then RTGS, nothing but real-time cross settlement. I know you can expect this question, this full form, even for the NET exam, UGC NET exam or KSET exam. RTGS full form, real-time gross settlement. And IMPS, I think ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು. Immediate payment services are the 3 platforms that enables the instant money transfers from one person to another person. So IMPS is nothing but immediate payment services. Well, little differences we can note down between these 3, NEFT, RTGS and IMPS. So minimum transfer value in case of NEFT, rupee 1, you can transfer 1 rupee. Similar in case of IMPS also, you can transfer 1 rupee. But for using the RTGS, you must transfer minimum of rupees 2 lakhs. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನೆಫ್ಟಿಗೆ IMPSಗೆ only 1 rupee transfer ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. But RTGSಗೆ minimum rupees 2 lakhs required. Then with regard to the second difference between these 3 is payment options are concerned. NEFT online as well as online and offline. RTGS online and offline, but IMPS is always online. ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲದು, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆ ನೆಫ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು RTGS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ ನೋ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಆದರೆ IMPS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ₹2 lakhs. ಇನ್ನು ಸೆಟಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್, in case of NEFT, half hourly basis it will be settled, and in case of RTGS real time, and even in case of IMPS also real time, andre immediately anta artha. And for the inward transaction there is charges for inward transaction, no charges in case of NEFT and RTGS, but in case of IMPS decided by the individual member banks. Okay, so agidre in case of NEFT we can save a few hours, RTGS ಅಲ್ಲಿ immediately money transfer ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, IMPS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ time taken transfer is immediately. ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ 24/7 round the clock, even on weekends and bank holidays you can do that NEFT. As far as RTGS is concerned, 7 AM to 6 PM weekdays and working Saturdays. Weekdays ಮತ್ತು working Saturdays ಮಾತ್ರ 7 AM to 6 PM. IMPS 24/7, even on weekends, the bank holidays also you can. Then what is the minimum amount required? ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ನೋ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್. ನೆಫ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ₹1 ಇದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, IMPS ₹1 ಇದ್ರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ RTGS ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 2 lakhs. ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟು ನೆಫ್ಟ್ RTGS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ IMPS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ 2 lakhs. ವೆಲ್, ಇನ್ನು ಐ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟೆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ UPI. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ಸ್ have done a wonderful job. They have created the awareness among the public on the digital payment system. All the 117 students have involved in that. ನಾನೇನು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಅ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಜಾಬ್. ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ 774 ಪೀಪಲ್ ಜನರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಗೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ವಿತ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. I will also request you to continue the same trend maybe in the next semester. Once the classes start ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು. So the BHIM, ಭಾರತ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಮೊದಲ್ವದು. This comes under ಯೂನಿಫೈಡ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಮೊಬೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಗೂಗಲ್ ಪೇ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಈ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಪೇ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆನ್ ಭೀಮ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇದು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದು. ಓಕೆ, ಯುನೈಟೆಡ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಆರ್ UPI is a platform that allows transfer of money between two bank accounts using a smartphone which has access to the internet. My dear students, even in case of BHIM, without internet also you can transfer money. I'll tell you when the classes start at the time. You can use the BHIM app for any of the banks app or any third party app for facilitating UPI transactions. ಇದು ಹೇಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಹೌ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್? ಏನು ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು? ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಎ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, a mobile number linked to that bank account, and a smartphone with internet connection. Debit card linked to the account is required one time for setting up UPI on mobile phone. In Bekadano, debit card linked to the account is required one time for setting up UPI on mobile phone. How to activate this UPI? Download the app on your smartphone and link bank account and create a UPI pin by following the instruction given in the app. What's the use of this UPI? Use very simple. Using your UPI pin, you can transfer fund seamlessly to any beneficiary by just knowing the beneficiary's virtual address. If the beneficiary doesn't have a virtual address, the option of transferring funds to the beneficiary through IFSC and account number is also available, my dear students. IFSC account number ಹಾಕಿಸಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Now, what are the benefits of UPI? ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಸೇಫ್ಟಿ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಹಣ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆದರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕೋರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಹಣ ಪಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಬಂತು ನೋಡಿ, ಗೂಗಲ್ ಪೇ ಇದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಕೋರ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ, ನಾಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಏನೋ ಬಂದಿದಲ್ವಾ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್. Okay, what are the benefits of UPI? Can send and receive money instantly, can transfer money 24/7 or 365 days, even on holidays and Sundays using a smartphone. Use of virtual ID makes it easy to transfer money and obviates the need to share this sensitive bank account information. Okay, now what are the do's and don'ts? I'll tell you the 3 do's and 2 don'ts. Keep UPI app updated. ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ ಹಾಗಂತ ದಿವಸ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, 6 months ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಸಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Or whenever you find free, just update it. Always review the merchant persons, collect the request before accepting it, and recheck and reconfirm the amount and beneficiary name, address before effecting the transfer. ಏನು ಕಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. Don'ts: never share your PIN with anyone. Refrain from transferring money without verifying. ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹಣ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. Reconfirming the recipient first. ನಾನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಹೌದಾ ಅಂತ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು, ಕೊಟ್ಟವ ಕೋಡಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡವ ವೀರಭದ್ರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಜಾಗ್ರತೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ತಪ್ಪು ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಬೈ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಯಾರು ಹಾಕಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅದು. And similarly, I will also tell you about do's and don'ts for electronic banking transaction or online and mobile banking. Electronic banking transactions or online and mobile banking. Well, first I'll tell you the do's. ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Always keep your bank accounts URL using only verified and trusted browsers and HTTPS secured websites for payments. My dear students, HTTPS ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ S stands for secure. S ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is not secure ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. So look for secure sign in the URL window. Make your passwords difficult to guess by using the alphanumeric and special characters. Alphanumeric ಮತ್ತೆ special character ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Ensure that you change your password frequently. ಆಗಾಗ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ, ಬಟ್ ತುಂಬ ಸಲ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಮರ್ತೋಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅದೊಂದು ಡ್ರಾಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇದೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗಮನದಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಪ್ updated with the latest version. Link your mobile number and email ID with your bank or with your bank account and opt for SMS or email alert service. ಒಂದು 3 ಮಂತ್ಸಿಗೊಮ್ಮೆ 15 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದು SMS ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಒಳ್ಳೇದಲ್ವ? ಯಾರು ಹಣ ತೆಗೆದು ದಿವಸ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ನೀವು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ SMS ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ 3 ಮಂತ್ಸಿಗೆ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ 15 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿ ಅನ್ಯೂಸುವಲ್ ಆರ್ ಅನ್ಅಥರೈಸ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ. ಇದು ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಡೂಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನೆವರ್ access your bank's website through online search. Never store login credentials on phone. Also, don't enter or store credential on untrusted portals or service providers. Avoid transacting through public services, cyber cafe. ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಇನ್ನು hello ಫ್ರೀ ವೈಫೈ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿತ್ತಂತ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ ನೀವು. Never share your mobile banking PIN or internet banking ID, password and OTP with anyone, including bank staff. ಪುನಃ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು, never share your mobile banking PIN, internet banking ID, password and OTP with anyone, including bank staff. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫು, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಹ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಬಾರ್ದು, ಕೇಳೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಅಂತ, ಅದು ಫೇಕು, ಫ್ರಾಡ್ ಅದು. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯುವರ್ OTP, ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯುವರ್ PIN ID. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ all these things, create awareness in your family members also. Well, my dear students, do's and don'ts for ATM transaction. ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಟು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ದಿ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ if it gets lost or stolen, or if you feel it has been compromised. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೂಸ್ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಎನ್ಶೂರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ you use only EMV chip and PIN based debit card instead of card with magnetic strip. Approach your bank for replacing the magnetic strip card. Second one, ensure that there is no unauthorized cameras or other skimming devices near ATMs when you key in your PIN or swipe your cards. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಗ್ರತೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಗ್ರತೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಡ್ಡೇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಮೇಕ್ ಶೂರ್ ನೋ ಒನ್ ಸೀಸ್ ಯುವರ್ PIN when it is being entered at the ATM. It is a good practice to cover the keypad with one hand and use the other hand to key in your PIN. Remember to count and check the notes dispensed. Remember to collect your card after the transaction is over. And register your phone number with the card issuing the bank to get alerts on ATM transaction. ಇದೆಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟು, ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಟು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ದ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ if it gets lost or stolen, or if you feel it has been compromised. COMPROMISED. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟು ಡೋಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸು. ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಶೇರ್ ಯುವರ್ ATM ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್. ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿ ಡೇಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, CVV ಹೇಳಲೇಬಾರ್ದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪಿನ್ ಹೇಳಲೇಬಾರ್ದು. ನೆವರ್ ಲೀವ್ ದಿ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ATM. ನೆವರ್ ಶೇರ್ ಯುವರ್ OTP ವಿತ್ ಎನಿವನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆವರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪಿನ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಕಾರ್ಡ್. ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಉಂಟು ಕಾರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಪಿನ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು. ನೋ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ವೆಲ್, ಸೊ ಐಲ್ wind up today's session. ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಥ್ರೋ ಎ ಲೈಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಮೋಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್. ಮೆರಿಟ್ಸು, ಡಿಮೆರಿಟ್ಸು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೆಮಿನಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೈಲ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ, ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಶೋ ಇಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನೀವೇ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನೀವೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್, ATM ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೆಮೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ವೆಲ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ವೆನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೋಡೋಣ. So, well, my dear students, till then, we'll meet you next class tomorrow. Till then, have a nice time. Thank you.